Hey, big warm welcome there back again, everybody. 11:15 Eastern Time right now. My name is Joseph James. Just about to wrap up another successful day of live trading. Trades were called live in real time this morning. Most recently, this 44-tick winner gave you the exact entries well ahead of time. Now, before we get started today, though, I do want to remind you guys out there, there is risk out there in these markets. Please take a moment to read our disclaimer. And please remember that the key to our success is not the technology we use. It's not the great fancy indicators that we have. It's the fact that we have a very detailed trading plan. And this trading plan tells us exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And you know me, as I always say, the most important aspect of a trading plan is you need a plan that tells you when to do nothing at all. So over the past 12 years, I've been trading this method. It's proven to me time and time again, if I follow this trading plan, I'm going to make profit today. Now, of course, I want to thank all the guests for being here this morning. I encourage all the trial guests here on their week trial to participate with us as a member. I provide all the resources to all of the members every day, charts, data, indicators, templates, you name it, all of our auto strategies. Everything comes with membership, so you'll have all the tools that you need to be able to come in here every day and work with me. This is a fantastic place to learn and earn because unlike a lot of other environments online, I am really trading and really teaching at the same time. Not many places online you can go and get education and all the proper trading advice, right? All the proper trading opportunities in the same spot. Now today was a very unique situation. We came into the day today knowing that we had seen slow, dramatically slow price action all day, well, all week pretty much. Monday was the best day of the week this week, and that didn't say very much for the market's personality. We all knew what was going on. We had the FOMC meeting. This has been one of the most highly anticipated FOMC meetings of the year. And it's because, and you've probably heard me say this before, over and over again, we keep getting Ben Bernanke, Timothy Geithner, President Obama, members of the political Fed crew here in the U.S. We keep getting them hinting at more stimuli. We keep hearing them leave the door open for more stimulus, leaving the door open for QE3. In fact, most recently we heard from Bernanke who said the federal government, right, the U.S. is prepared to take action. If that doesn't get us excited about more, well, depending on what side of the fence you are on printing more money, we know that this Fed announcement this afternoon is probably going to confirm for a lot of analysts their suspicions that we're going to be seeing something here regarding more printing of money, possibly heads up on QE3, and we have a feeling that's going to be a domino effect because the ECB has also been, well, just this week we heard from Germany. And for the first time, well, since I've been following this soap opera in the ECB, for the first time I heard the German finance minister this week say that if the Eurozone stays together, it's good for the German economy. Right? I hope they got that on film because we have not seen Germany that open-minded to helping the Eurozone since this all began. Right? They talk the big talk in the ECB meetings, but from what I've read in the news reports, they've had a very hard time convincing people back in Germany to do that. So the bottom line was this week we got both news out of Germany, the biggest economy in the Eurozone as of right now, and of course news from or commentary from political figures here from the Fed and here in the White House in the U.S. So people were waiting for this. People have been looking forward to this, and I tend to think that we're going to see a big bazooka loaded up with lots of bullets, and they're going to start unloading that clip into these markets. I have a very good feeling here. Now, of course, I wouldn't trade my gut feeling, but from what we're seeing right now, I would imagine going into an election time of the year, going into the end of the year right now, when it's very obvious that if the ECB doesn't do something, we're not going to be very pretty here going into the year. So I would expect something big. And so people came out waiting for that this week. Now here we are on a Thursday. We normally have Fed days on Wednesdays, so it's a different scenario. We began the day with jobless claims, and with jobless claims this morning, we knew that we had some action to get started early, and we took advantage of that. We began the day with a nice big healthy winner on crude, and we kept padding the account throughout the rest of the morning. We knew that the 8:30 news would get us going. And we also knew that the market personality on an FOMC day usually goes a little bit haywire after 10:30. Now, why does the market slow down before FOMC announcement at 12:30? Well, because of that self-fulfilling prophecy. We all know that traders are going to stand aside. Some traders go to lunch. Some traders just simply get out of the market. But everybody has that idea that things are going to slow down, and so because of that, everybody steps away, and that self-fulfilling prophecy kicks into high gear, and we start getting the market, as we said this morning, when we prep for this stuff, all of a sudden, we're going to start seeing these markets catch some Z's. And we really need to be careful with this because the FOMC announcement is no joke. It's one of the most highly watched announcements we will ever see. It's right up there with non-farm payrolls. Every analyst and their sister is watching this announcement today. So we have to assume that after 10:30, things were going to start getting pretty rough around the edges. And they definitely did. We also talked about the fact that after 2:15, you're going to get 15 minutes of Bernanke reading a statement. Not as bad as the old robot they called Trichet. Remember Jacques Trichet reading his statements? It sounded like a robot was reading that statement. He's not as bad, but he's going to read that statement for about 15, 20 minutes, and then they'll open the floor for live Q&A. It's the live Q&A portion. That's when you're going to be able to jump into some trades afterwards. But I highly, highly, highly caution all the new traders out there. I'm going to say right now, you should watch at least 6 of these reports before you start trading a live account. Feel free to trade a demo, but I have never been able to find consistency in trading FOMC. So what I do is I just focus on making all my money in the normal conditions, which in this case today will be between 8:30 and 10:30. And let all the crazies out there go have fun trying to trade FOMC. I've had some of the biggest successful days of my career trading FOMC, but I've also had some of the worst losing days of my career trading FOMC. And that's enough for me to stand aside, like everyone else probably should, and let them do their thing. I will definitely be watching, but I'll be watching from the sidelines. I'm going to do that because there'd be nothing worse than giving back the 135 ticks that we made today just because I couldn't resist the temptation of trading. And not to mention tomorrow, have you seen the news tomorrow? The news tomorrow looks incredible. We've got retail sales. We've got, what else is there tomorrow? Lots of news coming out tomorrow. That's right. We got non-farm payrolls in Europe tomorrow morning. U.S. retail, manufacturing sales, and industrial production. Guys, we are going to be rocking here early tomorrow. And, of course, with the Eurogroup meetings on Saturday and quad witching next week, everyone's going to be unloading the clip tomorrow now that the Fed day's behind them and with quad witching next week. Going to be an exciting day tomorrow. It's an exciting day every day in this room, but tomorrow should be a pretty darn good day. 135 ticks today. Let's take a look at what happened. The first trade we took today on the 13 range on crude oil was a relatively easy trade. Now, the wave pattern is what I used to take this trade, and we called this trade ahead of time. We called it live in real time, and you're going to see here this wave pattern is going to develop after we break out of a very narrow range. And this is a classic example of a proper wave pattern structure. When I look at this wave pattern, I see that I've got this sideways range. Now, members, you guys can log into your advanced course materials and learn all about this stuff. If you're not a member yet, I'm going to give you the basics, but we won't be talking about the specifics here. What I'm looking for a wave pattern is a moving market, a trending market. So what's the easiest way to find a moving market? Or let me rephrase this. What would be a way to know when we have the buyers that have taken control? Or when will we know the sellers have lost control? How about a new higher high, right? Wouldn't a higher high and a higher low, wouldn't that tell me now we're moving, we're trending, moving market? Absolutely. More specifically, and a little bit technical here, would be the slope of these trigger lines. The slope of the trigger lines are also going to make a big difference to this too. So I get a new higher high. We run up the higher high. And have you ever heard a term called inflection? Right? Well, basically, if I have a level overhead, it's resistance. If I have a level below me, it's support. Right? So if I go down to a level below me, it's support. If I go up to a level above me, it's resistance. Well, in that same idea here, If I leave that sideways range, that resistance now becomes support. So this now becomes an easy pullback. We're buying at support, right? We're buying at that support. It was resistance, and that's our first wave pattern long. Guess where we had our final target? If you've been with me for more than a couple days, you know how much I love those highs and lows from yesterday. We took our final target off at the previous high. We did have a projection up to the 98.30, but boy, we just never thought it was going to keep going. The price action was pretty sloppy early in the morning. Well, price action kept going. It looked like the buyers were going to keep pushing it, and I jumped into another pullback. If you notice, it's only the second opportunity I had since the price broke out. This one looked pretty good. The buyers in the tape, lots of momentum and speed coming in. That wave pattern quickly failed. Took a little bit of profit back when it did. And we knew when that wave pattern failed, we had found a big channel on this thing, didn't we, guys? Remember that 21 channel? We found a channel on it. Oh, and by the way, here's your re-entry here now, back below that previous high of day. We talked about that earlier. So here we are now. Now we're at the top of this bull channel. We go all the way up, two-step pattern short 1, two-step pattern short 2, and you're going to see me sell the highs. Now, this particular trade, selling one contract short at 98, I put that up there about a half an hour before the trade triggered. So it gave everybody a chance to put their limit orders on and get their trading plan ready to either manage the trade or scale into the position. So we ended up getting short. After seeing the buyers fail, we got short once, short twice. I had a re-entry a couple times here, and you're going to see exactly that. We went up to the highs here, long and long. Made my 47 ticks in the first trade. Everybody making money on that trade. I gave back a little bit of it on the second one. It's going to happen sometimes. I'm not perfect, unfortunately. And then again, we saw the buyers fail, and it's just off to the races to the sell side. 35 ticks, 19 ticks, 44 ticks with that 98 entry. As you can see here, I'm trading 4 contracts, and those 4 contracts means 135 ticks today. All of these were fast track patterns. All of these were high percentage time frames. Nothing here today requires you to take a high-risk trade. Look what's happening right now, guys and gals. We talked about this a while ago. And again, I'd highly encourage you guys to be sitting on hands on a live account or a demo right now if you're going to be trading this late in the morning. But this is something we talked about earlier. When the price goes back down below this, get ready for another possible re-entry here. It's just this is coming in way too late now. What a great day today. We got plenty of time to answer some more questions. I want to remind everybody out there that everything that I did today was according to a specific trading plan. I'm going to provide you with that trading plan when you log into your membership materials. We offer a lifetime membership so you can come and go as you please. We have a huge trading community, and I'm excited to teach you too. My name is Joseph. I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining me today here, and we'll leave the floor open for questions.